Yo guys, what's going on? It's DEFCON, and we're back with part 2 of the 4 or 5 part miniseries that I think is going to help you guys get better at Battlefront. Today, I'm going to be talking about class setup, and more specifically what I run in order to end up with the elimination numbers that I consistently have at the end of matches. I know you guys, I know a lot of people out there are frustrated because there just aren't very many solid class setup guides that go in depth enough for you to understand how to truly use the class. Mind you, I've put well over a full day of playtime into the game now, and I believe I have a pretty solid understanding of where the meta currently stands. So let's get started. The class you almost will always see me running, unless for some reason the game auto-selects something different, is Assault. I don't see a reason to run anything else in the current meta, and for those of you that don't know what a meta is, it's basically what is currently strongest in the game at the given time of the discussion that we're having. My assault class specifically consists of improved thermal debt at rank 4, which reduces its cooldown time and increases its blast radius by 7. 7 what specifically, I'm totally unsure of, but I do know that it's a monster of a card and the blast radius is killer. I don't know if it's meters or it's feet or what it is. The card can be attained from buying the digital deluxe edition, or by grinding away to upgrade it if you just by chance didn't get that card when you bought the digital deluxe edition. I know that's happened to some people. And the grinding goes for the rest of my cards as well. I put time and time and time into upgrading these cards, and just really time into specifically upgrading the assault class in general. I think I have everything unlocked in the assault class, and only 2 of them are level 1. I've just put a shitload of time into this, and it's kind of paid off in the end with the gameplay that I'm able to get. My second card is Assault Trading, also at rank 4, and this card gives me 40 points of health back when I defeat an enemy. It's pretty self-explanatory, but do not get this confused for 40% of your health. That's a huge one. It's not how the card works. There's only 40 points of health out of the 150 that come standard with your all assault classes. My third card is Toughen Up at rank 4 as well, and this card will regenerate your health as soon as as soon as you press it, and it continues to regenerate your health until it's finished with its cycle. It also, this is a good tip, it also does not stop regenerating your health even if you are taking damage, so keep that in mind. You can sometimes pop that before you get into a gunfight if you believe you're going to be at a disadvantage, and you will be regenerating health while you're getting shot. I don't run anything to buff my Vanguard left bumper, right bumper action because I believe it's already strong enough as it is, and I don't use it too often except for if I'm in really tight situations. I think I may need it, or really if I'm just trying to get the additional speed boost to give my character from point A to B, or to get to a choke point before the enemy gets there. Moving on from cards, what we're now on is what I use for a blaster rifle. And that varies from map to map, but not too often. Because for the most part, I usually stick with the A280C 3-round burst blaster rifle, because I really just can't find any circumstances where it hasn't performed the way I want it to. And if you're a Battlefront 1 veteran, you will instantly fall in love with this weapon because of its similarity to the EE3. And my attachments for it consist of improved cooling, which is a power cell that greatly increases the time that the blaster can be fired before you have to cool it down again. And the second attachment I run is improved range, which adds an extended barrel that greatly enhances the bolt strength to maintain high damage over great distances. And what I've found is that this last attachment in particular has allowed me to get kills that I never thought were really possible with any other assault rifle in the class. The damage drop off from it is just almost non-existent unless you're really trying to fire from range. It is an absolute monster. I know some people like to use the EL-16 HFE, and I can't argue with that. It's an awesome gun, but it just does not compare to the A280C when you're gunning at range, because of the rate of fire advantage that the A280C has over the EL-16 HFE. The other gun I enjoy using is the CR2, but I only really use the CR2 when I'm playing the Death Star map. It is an absolute beast of a weapon, but I still struggle with it because of the range drop off that it has. I know many of you out there are just avid supporters of the CR2, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, just keep doing what you're doing with that. It's a fantastic weapon. I know a lot of the guys in the party that I play with enjoy using the CR2 as well. But for me personally, I've found in more situations than not, I'm able to outgun somebody with headshots with the A280C when they're trying to unload on me with the CR2. Granted, having good accuracy with the A280C is very important. You don't need to have that level of accuracy when you're using the CR2 because it's a high rate of fire, close range weapon, and it absolutely destroys, and hip firing is the way to go if you're close range with it. Like I said, I've just found more success using my A280C than any other gun in the game. I've had instances, and you can probably see in the video behind you as well, where I have the range attachment on it, and it has allowed me to compete with specialist classes. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to win the gunfight with somebody who's using the specialist class sniper with my A280, unless they're really accurate and using the N2 242, which is also known as the Barrett 50 cal, because that's basically what the weapon is. So yeah, there you have it. My primary class setup. I'm going to touch on one other thing, and that's kind of here real quickly. It's synchronization within the 2 perks. If you are low on health and you manage to pop your Toughen Up, and your health is regenning, but you're still getting shot, and you can manage to get a kill on top of that, it's an additional 40 points on top of your health regen that you already have. So those two work in sync together, and that's why I use both of them at rank 4, because it is, in my opinion, having health in this game is absolutely the most important thing in multiplayer. I understand if you guys like bubble shields or whatever it is that you guys like to use. If you like to use heavy class with your shield on the front, that's totally fine. I'm not a huge fan of that. I kind of rip on people a lot that use the heavy because it's just, in my opinion, is more of like I don't know. I find it more of a cowardly class to use because you just get to hide behind something and then shoot. It doesn't take much gun skill. And I'm just generally not a fan of slow classes, and that is what the heavy is. Specialist, I don't touch on that much either, just because of how terrible it is right now. Compared to the beta, it's just garbage. There's no point in really using that class. And officers, I don't necessarily use an officer ever, really, because for the most part, there's going to be 2 or 3 officers within the party that I'm playing with, and we'll always be getting health buffs. And those are huge. Or if you're playing a Galactic Assault and somebody manages to get Yoda on your team, Yoda is basically an officer on steroids. And if that person can use them correctly. So yeah, like I said, there you have it. That is my class setup for this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks. Hope you guys have an awesome day.